Welcome to Audit Archive, where we run you through some of the most questionable and rather atrocious police encounters. Today, we're looking at a case where police officers racially discriminated against a driver during a traffic stop, which ultimately resulted in a hefty settlement with the city. On January 26, 2020, Melissa Hughes was driving home after picking up her son and his friends from a pizza place. Then, just a few minutes away from home, several patrol vehicles with the Grand Rapids Police Department suddenly pulled Miss Hughes over, and numerous officers immediately approached her with their hands resting on their holstered firearms. A point worth highlighting, and one which plays a big role in this encounter, is that Miss Hughes happened to be wearing a Black Lives Matter sweatshirt with her cousin's name on the back. Her cousin, Darius Wimberly, was previously shot and killed by a Benton Harbor police officer in 2016. Now, let's watch body cam footage from one of the officers who made initial contact with Miss Hughes.
Hello, my name is Officer Vandenberg, Grand Rapids Police Department. Reason for the stop today? Well, I'm sorry, can you roll your back windows down?
Roll my back windows down?
Yeah, just so we can see. Reason for the stop today is your license plate's expired.
Yeah,
Do you have your driver's?
on Monday.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license, proof of insurance?
Why you flashing your light? This is my son. So why you flashing your light in the car in my boy? Why? They're all minors. All three of them are minors. All three of them are minors. They're all minors, all in my care.
Okay. Do you have your proof of insurance?
No,
No?
no, because I'm going to do it on Monday.
Okay. Where
You
are
want
you?
my registration?
If you have it, yes.
Give me my registration.
Where are you guys coming from today?
I was picking them up from Peeps from Little Caesars and going right here to my house, which is right there.
Okay.
They're all minors. So they don't gotta answer any of your questions. Correct? Correct?
We're just asking for their information, ma'am.
They're all minors. No, I don't have to give them y'all information. Y'all are minors. All y'all minors.
Okay. Did you get his?
No, that's my son.
Okay.
And these and they both in my care. So
Okay. We're just trying to figure out who everybody is.
okay. This is my son and his two friends. That's
Okay.
it. All right. Go run my stuff.
All right. Be back up with you in a minute.
As seen in the footage, the officers informed Miss Hughes that they pulled her over because of the vehicle's expired license plate tag. It's understood that if law enforcement officers want to pull you over, search your vehicle, or arrest you, they need to have what's known as probable cause that you committed a crime. Without it, they have no business stopping you, questioning you, searching you, or even detaining you. Now, even though the reason for the stop was apparently valid, and the officers did in fact have probable cause to pull Miss Hughes over, it's still easy to tell that they were expecting more than just a single violation. This is because the officers were relatively interested in trying to identify the three minors in the vehicle, even though it's obvious they had nothing to do with the stop. Note that Ms. Hughes claimed that the minors did not need to be identified and that they were not obligated to answer any questions. According to Michigan's passenger rights, it stated that the officer may request your identification or request to search you. You may decline the officer's request. Unless the officer has probable cause or reasonable suspicion, they cannot force you to submit. There are also cases of searches of passengers in Michigan that the Michigan Supreme Court ruled to be unconstitutional. To put it in simple words, officers must have reasonable suspicion of criminal activity or legitimate reason to believe the passengers may be involved in a violation of the law, both of which the officers certainly didn't have in this case. Taking everything into account, all three minors in the vehicle were not obligated to share any personal information whatsoever. This is also as per the constitutional rights afforded to individuals under the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution, which protects against unreasonable searches and seizures.
Two subjects. They're inside the store now, and caller staff and wants to speak with police.
Pouring it this far down. We've been following it since Eastern. She's expired.
1213 from dispatch on F3.
By this point, the officer running Miss Hughes' information had found that her license was also expired. Meanwhile, one of the officers kept an eye on her while she remained in the vehicle with the 3 children. They ended up having an exchange.
Oh no, I thought you were trying to get my attention.
Dispatch 1213.
Okay.
I don't trust y'all at all.
Okay.
Keep my eyes on y'all, just like y'all keep your eyes on
That's fine, man.
Black Lives Matter.
Back in the patrol vehicle, it was almost as if they struck gold because they were clearly hoping to find something worth escalating the traffic stop for. Watch as the officers promptly agreed on yanking Miss Hughes out, now that they had a good enough reason to take it there.
Yank her out at this point, or just
Oh, something down that far. Check his radio. 10-4.
No, we can yank her out and she's expired.
Ma'am, could you roll your back windows down again?
For what?
Just to make sure I can see back there.
Ain't nobody got no weapons or nothing.
Okay.
So why do I gotta keep rolling my windows down?
Like I said, so I can see back there. What I'm going to have you do is step out of the car right now.
Why?
Your driver's license is expired.
My driver's license expired.
Yes, it is.
I have till 10 days after
Ma'am,
to
step
pay
out of
the
the car.
$10 fee. For what?
Put your phone down, step out of the car. Step out of the car.
Why?
Face forward.
For what?
Put your hands on your head. I told you, your license is expired.
So I'm gonna get arrested?
Put your hands on your head.
I was my
Put your,
birthday.
hand, put your hands on your head. They're right there. Okay, walk back with me.
For real? Really?
We'll go on this side.
Go where?
Right over here. Trying to find a spot where there's not as much snow. That'll be good for now.
Hold on, my purse
Okay.
is unzipped.
Okay, we'll get it off here. Okay, keep your left hand on your head.
I have a
Okay. As long as you're calm, I'll be calm, okay?
I don't have a problem.
Keep your left hand on your head.
Uh-huh. I don't understand why I'm being put in cuffs.
Oh, I told you, your driver's license is
I
expired.
was taking care of it all on Monday. I thought I had 10 days to the 31st. I thought I did.
Okay, can you bring your left hand down for me?
My aunt just died yesterday, so I was out of town all day. I was at the hospital all day today with my fiance.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I've never been put in cuffs a day in my life.
Alright, I'm going to double lock these so they don't tighten up on you, okay?
Okay. All of this were expired, for my license being expired? Oh, well, I'm sorry. I had a problem
Give me a
taking care of
little
it
more light.
Monday. Like I said, my aunt died Friday. I've been at the hospital all day today.
Okay.
This is an appropriate time to discuss whether pulling Miss Hughes out of her vehicle was justified or not. In Michigan, law enforcement officers generally have the authority to order a driver out of a vehicle during a traffic stop if they have reasonable suspicion or probable cause to believe that the driver poses a threat, is involved in criminal activity, or if it's necessary for officer safety. However, it's also important to note that the specific circumstances of each case can influence the determination of whether pulling a driver out of a vehicle is justified. For further clarity, Michigan State Police Lieutenant Mike Shaw once stated that there is no law, so to speak, requiring people to exit their vehicle during a traffic stop. There is a U.S. Supreme Court ruling called Pennsylvania v. Mims that was decided in 1977, which found it reasonable for police to order people out of their car for officer safety. If we take a closer look at Pennsylvania v. Mims, the U.S. Supreme Court held that an officer's order for a driver to exit their vehicle during a traffic stop is permissible as long as the officer has made a lawful stop of the vehicle and the order is based on reasonable suspicion or concerns for officer safety. The court determined that the intrusion of briefly exiting the vehicle is minimal compared to the potential risk faced by law enforcement officers during traffic stops. Judging by these factors, the officers arguably did not have a good enough reason to pull Miss Hughes out of her vehicle, especially because she was not under arrest at that point in time either. Despite this, the officers continue with their so-called investigation and search Miss Hughes for weapons before securing her inside a patrol vehicle.
Do you have anything illegal on you, ma'am?
No, ma'am. No, sir.
Okay.
Nope, I got my phone. No, I don't even have my phone.
Okay.
Check.
I don't have nothing else on me, sir. I don't have no other pockets.
Okay.
Nope.
All right, I'm going to use the back of my hand where it's appropriate.
I don't even have my bra on. I just ran to pick up the boys.
Okay.
They walked all the way to Burton and Eastern to pick up the people. I said, Mom, can you come get us? It's cold. That's it.
Well, they're not lying. It's a little chilly out here.
Yeah, so I just ran down to pick them up. I didn't even think about my place at all. My mistake.
Same thing, back of the hand where it's appropriate, okay?
Yeah.
It's going to be a little slick this way, so be careful, and I'm going to hang on to you. We're going to go back this way and we'll have you sit in the car. Yeah.
Why do I...
Well, it's misdemeanor offense. Ooh, I got you.
Yeah, I really said car. I said I...
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God. Well, can I have my phone?
No, you can't have it.
Oh, I can't call somebody? I don't need to be bailed out of jail? Am I going to jail?
We'll talk about that in a minute, okay?
Well, I need to know so I can call my mom.
Well, we haven't decided that yet, okay?
I mean, I got my daughter in the house with...
Okay, just give us a minute.
Note how this encounter went from an expired tag and license to now Miss Hughes being placed in handcuffs, searched, and secured in the back of a patrol vehicle. On top of this, as we've just seen, one of the officers blatantly stated that they were still deciding whether Miss Hughes would be placed under arrest or not. This simply proved that racial discrimination was certainly involved, and Miss Hughes' sweatshirt might have played a role. Anyway, following this, the officer in command went back inside his patrol vehicle where he issued 2 citations against Miss Hughes. Throughout this process, Miss Hughes was left in the patrol vehicle for over 10 minutes without even an idea about what was going on. It's also worth pointing out that all 3 minors were also left alone in Miss Hughes' vehicle.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, Melissa. You can come on, step on out. I'll help you once you get part way. Yep, yeah. All right, I'm going to do your right hand first. When I do, just take it and put it on top of your head, okay? Same thing with the left hand. All right, you can relax. Okay. Ooh, still stuck. There we go. All right, so I got your driver's license and your registration back. So this is actually going to be 2 citations. So there's one that's a civil infraction for the expired registration plate, and then there's the misdemeanor, which is for the expired license. You have 10 days to take care of each of them. I went ahead and circled the phone number there. Go ahead and call that on any business day. So if you want to call that Monday morning.
After I've taken care of it or before?
That's to take care of it.
Oh.
So call that number and they'll tell you the terms and what you need to do to take care of it, okay?
Okay.
All right. Did you have any other questions for me? Okay. And then still make sure you get those up to date, okay?
Yep, I will. First thing Monday morning.
All right.
Ultimately, Miss Hughes received citations for both the expired tag and expired license. However, these citations raise a significant question. What motivated the officers to go beyond issuing tickets and instead pull her out of the vehicle, handcuff her, conduct a search, and confine her in the back of a patrol vehicle? It becomes evident that the officers lacked valid grounds for their actions, raising concerns of potential racial discrimination. To put it simply, if the officer's intention was solely to address the traffic violations, there was no need for such an aggressive and intrusive approach. The officer's decision to escalate the encounter, particularly after discovering the minor infractions, suggests a deeper motive at play. But regardless, on June 8, 2020, Ms. Hughes received an overwhelming phone call from the Michigan Department of Civil Rights. They informed her that they had filed a discrimination charge against the Grand Rapids Police Department in her case. Fast forward to July 2023, over 3 years later, the city of Grand Rapids settled the racial discrimination case brought against its police department for an amount of $45,000. However, even though Grand Rapids settled with Ms. Hughes, city officials say they dispute the claim and deny any wrongdoing. In response, the Michigan Department of Civil Rights officials say even though Ms. Hughes was complying with the officers, she was removed from her car, handcuffed, and detained in a police cruiser for about 20 minutes. Either way, in exchange for the settlement, Ms. Hughes has officially withdrawn the complaint she filed with the state's civil rights watchdog. As a result, the administrative law judge overseeing the case against GRPD dismissed the case levied by the state. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter